Okay, hi guys. So today, I'm out here with Jed. Say hi, Jed. Jed. That's Jed. Jed's my Czech working line German Shepherd. Yeah, good guy right there, Jed. Jed's trained to the nines. He does everything. He's an amazing animal. Great companion. Really great dog. And I mean, he is very highly trained. Very good dog. We're out here today because we're, well, first of all, I'd like to, I don't know which video is going to come out first because of the editing, but I have a video out there that I had started taking. I come out here, my van, I came out to start my van like I did every week, and it was dead. The battery was dead. And it turns out somebody did break into it. There's a whole story to it. And why I didn't notice was I thought I seen footprints, but we get a lot of animals. The dogs are running out here. You know, I thought it was a meter reader. Honestly, I thought it was the meter reader, so I really didn't think much of it. And then it had snowed, and then it snowed again, then it snowed again. This is all in, like, the length of a week, 8-9 days. Because I can usually come out every week to 8 or 9 days and start the van. Make sure it's running good throughout the winter. I leave it, sit out here, I run it through the gears, back it up, go forward a few times, just making sure everything's lubed up for, so it's not just sitting here dead for all winter. And anyway, I come out here. Anyway, I hook up the battery charger, and I realize the dome light comes on in here. And when I close the door, the dome light won't turn off, which means one of the other doors was open. But I check this thing, so I go through this thoroughly before I go in. So turns out, I opened the side door and there was a nail sitting down there, and I said, "Did this come out of the door?" Well, it's a screw. I was like, "Did this come out of the door?" It could have. Excuse me, possibly. So I assumed maybe that's what it is. But it turns out there was a piece of wood that was next to my back garage door that had a couple screws in it because I had it screwed next to, I had the back door screwed for a while. Something screwed next to the back door, and I had taken it out, and they had taken that, they had wedged it in the top of the door. They wedged it in the top of this door so they could pull it out from the outside. And then they stuck, I'm guessing, like a hanger down there. And they pulled the lock up and popped the lock. That's how I'm guessing they did that. Because my whole door was bent out. I didn't notice it because this is the far side. This is the side that's closest to the house. This side that it was on, I didn't see. And then they went through, they ransacked it, they stole. I had a bunch of change from tollways and stuff in here. So I'm guessing $5-10 in change. They stole all my change. They just ransacked. They opened everything. Just went through everything. Excuse me. But that night my dogs, I think it was that night my dogs went nuts and blah blah blah. Basically I came out. Then I came out again because they wouldn't stop. I shined flashlights. I didn't see anything. I did not see anything. And we have a lot of wildlife out here, and I just don't let the dog out. I just don't open the door and throw my dog out. I mean, my dog is trained to bite. He will bite. Okay, now, most of the time he'll only do a warning and holding territory. But he needs me to give him a command to bite. But I just don't throw him outside because we have, occasionally I had let him out, all three of my dogs out before at night when they were growling and barking. I assume maybe they seen a rabbit or something. I let them out and there was a black bear in the yard. So, so I just don't open the door and throw the dogs out. I just don't do that. So I came out, I searched, I looked, I didn't see anything. And I was at a kind of a weird angle over here. So I come back around again after they woke me back up. Sorry, I had a long day at work. I was up very early, just like everybody else, right? But I was at a kind of a weird angle. I'm shining light over here. I don't see anything. I threw out warnings. I said, "Hey, if anybody's out here, I'm going to let the dog out." And I gave Jed a couple commands. He started giving the barks. He's still barking. My beagle starts baying. Nothing. No movement, no nothing. So anyway, I leave real early the next morning, go to work. It's still dark out. And I went over. I ended up crashing at my buddy's house. We watched me, him, and a couple cousins and friends. We watched a couple movies. I ended up crashing over there. I work with one of the guys too, so me and my cousin and a friend, we worked together, and I ended up crashing over there. And I come back the next day, and as I was pulling in, I thought I seen tracks coming back here, and I should have just came and checked, but I didn't. I friggin' didn't. I thought maybe it was a meter reader. But anyway, turns out somebody broke into my van, ransacked it, stole some change. Just a pain in the butt, and I'm really ticked about it. I really don't like people like that. Like, people who will pass boundaries like that, like they're nothing. That really irritates me. And then they went through and they broke the door where there's no generator out there. But they broke the door, and I'm guessing they came over here trying to steal the generator. That's what I'm guessing. Because they broke the outside door looking for a generator, and there wasn't one in there. So, anyway. So that sucked. I mean, it's irritating. And what's more irritating is the dogs told me. I came out here and looked, and of course, I come out there day and a half later or whatever, and it's, then it starts snowing. Forget about it, and then I figure, I'll wait till the weekend, start the van up, whatever, like I do, because I had just started it like a day or two before that, so, excuse me. But anyway, so, we had gotten snow for like a couple, I think it was 3 days in a row. We had gotten snow, and then and there's a field off to the side here, so we get blowing snow, which covers up any tracks. Even though there's fences around, we get a really good blowing snow out here, and it covered up all the tracks, so I really didn't think much of it. And, come on, you can come up here. Come on, Jed. He's dinking around. But, so I really didn't think much of it, and then of course I come in here and battery's dead. So I do have to get a new battery. The battery didn't come back on. I had to bend my door back in. I was out here, I was out here bending the door, the top part of the door in. So because it was bent out real good. So anyhow, it's really upsetting. I can't say enough about how angry I am about it. I really am. But they got away with $5-10 worth of change. But hopefully they don't come back, because next time I will let the dog out. I do guarantee you that. I will come out with the dog with my flashlight. You guarantee that. And hi Jed. So what I wanted to talk about today, can you move over, buddy? Thanks. So what I wanted to talk about today is, I was talking about fridges, and right here I have I got my mittens on, but it's a Dometic, says made in Sweden. It's a RM2401 gas electric model. It's got a couple buttons and switches down here too. Okay. I'm gonna need a new fridge, apparently. The guy who I bought this from told me that the fridge did not work properly, so I'm gonna have to get a new fridge. Now, what somebody suggested, let me flip this back around. What somebody suggested is maybe I take the fridge out, because there's a lot of room here. I take the fridge out and maybe get a cooler set up or something, and then I can turn this into a wardrobe, all this area, which I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to that. But I'm going to be doing more full-time stuff in here, so I'm thinking it might be nice to have a fridge and not just a cooler. Because I don't know much about the coolers. Do I need a lot of ice? You know what I mean? I don't know a lot about them. So I was wondering if you guys, if you knew a lot more about fridges than I do, hopefully, maybe you guys could recommend a kind for me, or if you know of a place where I can get a used one for a decent deal. I could go, I suppose I could get a new one, but, this is like, I'm looking at this fan as, this year is my starter fan. I'm going to do a lot of fun things in here, but then I really want to, step up and get something with a little bit different setup. I love this fan, but, there's just, I would prefer, instead of having the bathroom in the back, I would prefer to have you know, the seats up here in the front, I would prefer to have this, like right here, the bathroom and the kitchen set up across, and the bedroom in the back. Of course, nobody's ever had, oh, I have something, so of course I need the opposite. You know, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? So, and you know, I got this. I've been having fun. I like it, so I'm good with that. But basically, I was wondering what you guys think. Do you guys think I should keep the fridge? Keep this fridge here? Do you think I should take it out and just make a cabinet out of it? Because there's a lot of space. This is a lot of space. Look at how deep this is. And go with a cooler, because I am going to do a lot more full-time, a lot more full-time stuff now. So I'm guessing I might need a fridge. So so if you guys could recommend where I could possibly get a nice, cheaper new one, or maybe a nice used one, especially, I would. But you know, standard, I'd like a 3-way, and maybe you guys can recommend what kind. I mean, believe me, I don't know anything about this. I've been doing all this research, but people who have lived through it know a lot more than I will. You know what I mean? I'm trusting the van people, and I'm trusting everybody else to give me the feedback I need, because I just don't know. I mean, I look on there and I'm like, that sounds great, but what's the difference? And then I'd hate to find out when I'm on the road, or, you know, in some desert land somewhere, chilling and thinking, well, I should have got the other kind because of things I don't understand yet. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get knowledge on it and stuff, but at the same time, you know, I do need to get something. So, and one more thing, I also want to, under my seat here, where I'm sitting, there's a water tank under there. It's empty. It's for winter and all that, but it's empty for winter and all that. But also, I'm thinking I need a bigger one. And also, what type of pumps do people use? I had one guy who told me, and 2 other people concurred, that he used a SureFlow. I believe he said it was 39, or was it 29 or 49? I can't remember what he said. He said they're pretty cheap, and I think he said a SureFlow, and 2 other people said, yeah, SureFlow. So if you guys can tell me what type of pump I need just to get my, you know, my sink going and stuff, I would be grateful. I really would. So from me, this Jedi, again, I call him Jed or Jetty, but from me and Jedi out in the van here on a freezing cold day. I got mittens on, my hands are cold, and the sun's out. And it's funny because it's usually warmer when the clouds are out. A lot of people don't know that. Apparently the clouds blanket in the heat, but on these sunny days sometimes it really is cold, and it's bitter today. It is bitter, and it's been way below freezing for weeks, and I mean probably a few months. It's been below freezing, very, very cold. And the other day we had a break, and of course I was working, but we had it got almost to 40 degrees. I think it got to 39 towards the end of the day, so we had some stuff dripping off the roof, and of course it froze later on that night when it got back down to freezing. But then it started getting windy that night and got more freezing again. So here we are, back in the van. So again, van got broken into. I cleaned it up. You can see there's some wood stuff. This was in this seat. This wood stuff that's to hold up the seat. This was in there. They ransacked it, pulled it all out, all that stuff. All this stuff was pulled out, everything. So, yeah. And again, if you guys have any idea of what type of fridge to get, I would be very, very thankful to find out. I really would be. So, Jed. Hey, Jed. Jed. He just wants to go for a ride, poor guy. So thanks, buddy. On behalf of me and Jed here, we're going to go back in. We're going to warm up. And thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Okay, guys, just one more thing. Consider subscribing. It's free. Plus, you can hit the little bell thing up there, and you can check out every time I get a new video. I'm going to be uploading on a much more regular basis now. That's starting to get nicer out. So you guys can follow me. You can start to see, first of all, when I fix up the van, or finish fixing up the van, and then you can see my journeys in there, okay? So, all right, van life, baby, van life.